Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a really massive philosophical shift within the Ṛgveda sources. We're focusing on the Upanishads, which, started out with hymns asking for help from external forces, gods like fire and wind, but ended somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
They end up asking these deep internal questions.
Exactly. And the claim here, it's pretty stunning, is that the ultimate reality, Brahman, isn't some god out there. It's actually the very consciousness you're using right now, listening to this. This marked a profound pivot from Karmakach ritual action towards Janakacha, the path of knowledge.
Okay, let's unpack that internalization a bit, because it's key. They didn't just discard the old gods, the devas. They sort of reinterpreted them, right, as internal function.
That's right. The Indriyas. So Agni, the fire god, becomes speech. Vayu, the wind god, becomes breath. It's like the entire cosmic drama was pulled inside the individual observer.
And that leads us straight into the creation stories, doesn't it?
It does. If we look at the Aitareya Upanishad, it puts forward this radical, non-dual origin. It says basically, in the beginning, this verily was the self Ātman only, one and without a second. Just pure consciousness, Brahman. And that willed everything else into being.
Right, and the creation process it describes culminates in the human form, which the Ātman apparently thought was well-formed. And then once inside this human body, the Ātman asks the fundamental question, Ko amiti, who am I?
Yes, and the entire universe in this view exists precisely so that this question can be asked and crucially answered.
And the answer provided is one of the great dictums, the Mahavakya, Prajñānam Brahma, consciousness is Brahman.
And that is so important. Prajñānam isn't just an attribute of Brahman, like saying Brahman has consciousness. It's the substance itself. As Shakara later put it, Brahman isn't a thinker. It is thought itself, pure awareness.
Okay, so if consciousness is the absolute, the ultimate reality, what happens then? What about our actions, our karma? Does that still matter if knowledge is the key?
Well, that's where the Kauṣītakī Upanishad comes in. It really gets into the nitty-gritty of the soul's destiny after death. It lays out this whole system based on vidya knowledge and karma action. This is where the idea of samsara, rebirth, really takes shape.
So it maps out what happens next. Let's talk about those paths. There's the Pitṛyāna, the path of the ancestors.
Right. This is for people who've accumulated good karma.
Yeah.
Done rituals, been charitable, but lack that deeper knowledge, the vidya. They go to the world of the fathers, enjoy their merits, but it's temporary. Once the good karma runs out, they're reborn. Back to square one, essentially.
Okay, so good deeds get you a nice afterlife, but not freedom. What's the other path?
That's the Devayāna, the path of the gods. This is for those who possess true vidya, who really know that consciousness is Brahman. This path leads to Makala liberation, no more rebirth. The text says the soul never returns to the earth.
And here's where it gets, well, really wild, isn't it? The lunar test.
It's quite specific.
The Upanishad claims everyone who dies goes to the moon first. And the moon acts like some kind of cosmic checkpoint.
Exactly, like a metaphysical filter or door. It assesses you.
And if you fail, if you've only got the good deeds, the karma, but not the knowledge, the jnana,
then the moon, well, it sends you back, you get reborn, and the text is stark about the possibilities. As a worm or insect or fish or animal.
Wait, seriously, a worm. So failing this cosmic knowledge test could mean literally coming back as an insect. That's quite the consequence.
It really underscores the value placed on knowledge. Karma might get you to the moon's door, but only jhana is the key to pass through to liberation.
That emphasis on knowledge over just action is fascinating. How does it stack up against, say, Western thought?
Well, it's a sharp contrast. Think about Descartes' famous cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. That really solidifies the individual, finite thinking ego as the bedrock of reality, foundational for Western dualism. Vedanta, with Prajñānam Brahma, does the opposite. It uses consciousness not to affirm the ego, but to dissolve it, asserting that only the infinite, universal consciousness is ultimately real. The I is the illusion to overcome.
Okay, so putting it all together for you listening, the Aitareya explains our origin, asking, who am I? The Kauṣītakī explains our potential destiny, rebirth, or liberation via the two paths.
And that core insight, Prajñānam Brahma, consciousness, is Brahman, is the key. It's the knowledge that connects your true nature to the path of freedom, the Devayāna.
So the whole journey of the Ṛgveda, in a way, moves from looking outside for blessings to this incredible claim. The ultimate reality is consciousness you possess right now.
Which leaves us with a question, doesn't it, for you, the listener? If consciousness itself is the absolute, how might focusing on acquiring that deep knowledge, jhana, rather than just accumulating good actions, karma, change how you approach your life, your goals, your purpose? What does it really take right now to be ready for that lunar test?